Hey everybody on YouTube. I've recently got a couple questions from a fellow named Johnny5 with a PH. He's curious how I did my Stockman Overflow, my drains on the Beast, and how I did them on the Giant. And apparently he's building a tank and he's wanting to do this, so I'm reaching out right now to show him how it was done. Anyone who's interested, how I did this, see if we can be a little help here. If you look in there, in the back, it's all dirty now. This is the Beast. It's still sitting here, and I'm getting in trouble every day for it because it's not taken apart. But anyway, there we have 2-inch pipe coming up from the bulkhead. I have a Schedule 80 bulkhead. Didn't have to. Could have used a Schedule 40. I just kind of went bananas with this when I built it the first time. But out of that bulkhead is 2-inch pipe. Underneath the tank, underneath the stand, just comes through. I made a nice big enough hole underneath the bottom of that tank to where I could put my fittings in there, run my pipe and everything. And on top of that 2-inch pipe, this is a 2-inch inlet right here. It goes to a 3-inch outlet, basically an adapter. And what I do is where it graduates from the 2 to the 3, I drilled holes all the way around. I thought they were 1/2 inch. They're actually 3/8 inch holes. Each hole is a 3/8 diameter, and I drilled them all the way around. And then I have a 4-inch cap that I put a 1/4 inch hole at the very top of that keeps it from going into full siphon. I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to show what it looks like assembled here. I am putting it on, and I'm about to show what it looks like assembled. Let me get my other cap. I will be right back. Alright, leave it to me. The 1/4 inch hole was correct, but that was one of my other 3-inch caps that I was playing with. Here is the 4-inch cap. I never drilled a hole in this one because I was experimenting with different things. Now let me put this one on, and we will show everybody what it looks like. Oh, it's a good fit. Love it. Alright, now we're back in action. Now, I'm going to use a flashlight to make it easier to see. That is what it looks like with that adapter that's drilled. Go up underneath it here. If you can see underneath there's the holes. That's what it looks like. So basically the water line, you have to play with it a little bit to get your exact water line, depending on the size of your return pump. Roughly 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch up that cap. That is the whole way a Stockman is designed. That way there's no sound. You don't hear all the gurgling water going in. It's Dursa's okay, but I play with them also, and I just like the function of the Stockman. It flows better. It just works better for me. And like I was telling them, these flow at full siphon. They'll flow pretty close to 2,100 gallons per hour each one. And when you're setting it up, you don't want to have gate valves. You don't want to have any type of ball valves. You don't want anything that you have to adjust. I personally don't like having to rely on something because things will get cruddy. They'll develop. They'll get algae in them. They'll get crud in them. You have to keep tweaking them. If you have a overflow, a drain that will flow more than your return pump can return back to the display tank from the sump, it will always be trying to keep up with this, and it can never overflow. It only flows as much water as goes back into the display tank that can get to those little holes that can flow back into the sump. So the whole trick is, if you have a 1500 gallon per hour return pump, you want to have an excess of that in drainage. So you're going to have head loss. There's going to be numerous things. This is about 4.5 or 5 feet of head loss, so that in itself is about 200 gallons per hour loss. When you're doing it, you want to do some trial and error. You want to test things out. It gives you a chance to learn. Then it's really, like I said in the video I have on my site, there's nothing to be scary about. They're not scary. It's just some basic principles. Less flow from the return pump than the drain overflows can allow into the sump. If there's I don't know how else to explain it. Check out the video. But anyway, guys, I just want to show this little update to show how my Stockmans were designed. Hope that helps you. Later.